Good morning, garden friends. Today is a devastating day for me. This is what happens when you're not around to manage your garden, when you end up having 3 days of freezing temperatures in November in Georgia. I'm gonna walk around the garden to assess the damage, because from what I can see, there's a lot of damage. But just from the look of things, anything that is soft tissue definitely got damaged. You know, like I've said before, and I gotta listen to my own words and not be upset with the damage, is that's part of gardening, is you gotta be able to take the highs and lows with it. So come along with me while we go ahead and take a look and see how bad things really are. Good morning, garden friends. I literally had to stop because my garden was not up to par that I like it. And I have a saying, bad moments, not bad days. So I had to literally walk away from seeing the shape that my garden was in. And you know, the one thing about my channel, it is called Inspiring Garden Corners. And inspiring can be also, how do you overcome those obstacles? So what I want to do is show you guys what that damage is and then what I did to rectify it. And this is the thing also. November 11th to the 20th is Georgia's first frost period. Did it come earlier than expected? Yes, but that is part of gardening. You have to be able to take the highs and the lows. And I did not want it to be perceived that if my garden is not perfect, pristine, that I have failed, or give the illusion to others that your garden has to be that way. So let me go ahead and show you the damage, but then some of the things that I've done to rectify this. And then two, this is the change in the season. So you're going to have some damage. So come along with me while we go ahead and see the damage and then what I did to sort of like offset it. So here is the damage from the frost. And got my portulacas, it got my pentas, looks like it got my zinnias that are back there, but it looks like I might just be able to cut off the frost stuff. But yeah, this area, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the dead stuff cleaned out of it. Some of the pentas in this area, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up. Elephant ears got frost, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut those guys down. I think too, I'm gonna trim back both of my strawberry vanillas. Go ahead and get those guys cut back. My broomstrucks that all had new blooms on them, those guys have all gotten damaged. I don't think I'm gonna cut these until the spring, just in case if we have another bat frost come March, April time frame. Oh, and it also looks like my purple shields got damaged too. Wow, I just cannot believe this. This was another thing that had gotten damage, or all of my endless summers that I have in the pots. And this is the thing, I am not going to trim any of this stuff back. I'm gonna leave these leaves on there because there is new growth, and this grows on both new and old wood. So like I said, this is what happens when you end up having a frost and you are not present to do any type of coverage. But this is the one thing that I want to ask, because what was it, earlier in the year when we had that really bad frost, I did cover them, but it seemed like it did more damage to them than I had anticipated. So I guess this is what I want to know. What do you guys use to protect your hydrangeas? You know, I've tried the burlap, I've tried the frost covers, and it just doesn't seem to protect them as well. So if you guys have some ideas on what I can do to ensure that I can protect these guys, please, you know, hit me up in my comments. Definitely the elephant ears that were back in that corner are goners. Oh, but it looks like my shrubs that I moved from the side garden are doing well back here. Oh yes, they got like a lot of new shoots. So this might have been a good spot for me to move these guys to. Okay, so there's a little light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, oh yeah, endless summer over there just got decimated. Over there. Yeah, I think I am. I normally do not prune back my hydrangeas until the spring, but some of these guys I think I'm going to go ahead and prune back. I was looking at my purple hearts up in the front. Those guys got damaged really bad, so I'm going to pull those out. But these guys didn't seem to, but I think I'm just going to be doing some early prep work so that I don't have to do it for spring. Oh, my cannas back there. Oh, even that one. That's a tiny tough. That one I'm not going to prune. Not going to prune that at all. Yeah. And then look at this. This is my lantana. But I think I am. I think I'm just going to cut this down because we are supposed to be getting some nice weather. But yeah, you can see the portulacus is a goner. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Oh, and then look at my zinnias. These guys were just prolific. Now they look like crispy, dried up flowers. Now, what I might end up doing is some of the flower heads, snip those off and dry them out. But yeah, look at my lantanas. Yeah, those I'm going to go ahead and trim back and get that done. But yeah, so I got a lot of work to do. A lot of work, a lot of cleanup to do. But you know, the one good thing too is, oh yeah, that frost had to be horrible because these are my primes, lime primes that get the burgundy flowers. Look how it did. It just crisped out. The frostbites on it is just so bad. Those are, yeah, them cannas I'm just gonna go ahead and cut down. And like I said, this will end up reducing the amount of work that I'm gonna have to do this spring. Oh, and it looks like these are the African daisies. Yeah, so, but you know what? I got new growth and these are perennials. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this damaged stuff off of here. This one here is still good. All the damaged stuff cut off. Anything that is damaged, I'm getting taken care of today. Oh, it even looks like my roses got just a little bit of damage, but I'll go through here, clean that up. Look at those cannas. Oh man, and it also looks like my Confederate rose got beat up too. Wow. Oh, Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anything folious. Nothing. Those guys are just horribly frostbitten. But yeah, I have tons of buds on here that it looks like they got frostbitten really bad. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all these stalks cut down. All right, let me go get my stuff. Oh, and look at my heliotrope. I mean, that was blooming profusely. And thank goodness I dug out of my new garden bed with me trying to overwinter. At least I got that. But yeah, they are just goners. Now, I'm hoping we don't have another freeze. But you know what, like I said, I'm just gonna get all of this stuff cleaned up. All right, so I'm gonna get the portulacas pulled out, and then I'm gonna go in and cut back the penta of the ones that look like it still has growth on it that did not end up getting damaged. This is really in bad shape. Let me go get my shears so I can at least trim off the stuff that got damaged from the frost. Yeah, and it looks like some of my zinnias got damaged too. I think I'm just gonna clean this all up. And my hope is by doing so, it will help revive these guys because we're supposed to be getting some warmer weather. Yeah, a lot of stuff got damaged. But this could be about good timing because I still got to get my bulbs planted in the backyard. So figure, well, I'll use today to get all the beds cleaned out of the stuff that got damaged, and then maybe one day this week I'll go ahead and get my bulbs planted. I think I'm just gonna pull those zinnias out because they look kind of sickly. Well, it is what it is. Okay, I got it all taken care of. I cut back both my strawberry vanilla hydrangeas in the corners, got all the damaged stuff off, and like I said, I normally do not trim my hydrangeas this time. I usually do it in the spring, but because of the damage that was on it, I just wanted to get it cleaned up. I moved the portulacas, was able to just salvage a few of the pentas in here, but then I also put in some violas because violas will be able to handle the cold if we end up having another freeze. And then here is the other side. Like I said, pretty much did the same thing. Removed the items that were frostbitten damage on them. Only a few of the pentas was I able to salvage, but also in here put in violas. And then I put my 2 pots that I had done from a previous video in here because I didn't like the blank spot that me pulling the zinnias out left. So I am content with how this turned out. All right, so I did pull out my Persian shields that had got frostbitten. And like I said, I'm not going to trim these guys. These are my broomstrucks. I'm not willing to trim them yet because, as you can see, they got like tons of new buds on it, and I'd rather have the leaves take any type of damage than for it to mess with the new stuff. I did clear out this area and planted some ornamental cabbage and some violas and back here, and then even my new shrub that I got, that right here, got a little damage. And this is the thing, guys, I had blown this out, but with the leaves falling from my neighbor's yard, I'm not going to invest any more time in cleaning anything up until all the leaves from the trees fall. Now I did on this side, like I said, I'd been out here all day blowing these leaves, but I did cut all of my autumn joy sedum and then all the hostas back here. And then this is where I had planted the nardias. But I had blown this entire area out, but as the leaves are falling, it just makes no sense to do that. I cut back all of my hostas back here that are through the flower bed, you know, just to get it cleaned up, you know. And like I said, while I was disappointed in how things was looking, everything will end up coming back next year. And that's the bigger message that I want to get across, is that fact, you know. And while this may not be my ideal look, I'm really okay with everything. Like I said, those hydrangeas, which those are the tiny tufts, not gonna trim those guys back. But then I cut down all of the cannas that was damaged. I also, let me show you, went ahead and cut back these guys, which are the Limelight Primes, the 3 that I have lined up here. One of the things that I did too, because it was just sort of bare, and then once I blow these leaves out, I wanted to at least have a punch of color in the yard. So I moved my 3 pots that I had up by the deck over here, just to give a little color. Moved, you can't even see it now with all the leaves that have fallen, but I did line up the bed here with pansies and this very pretty combination of the purple and then this mauve, 2-tone mauve colored pansies with a hint of yellow. Let me show you this one, because this one's really pretty, with a hint of yellow. And then this is the thing, because like I said, I wanted to have some color back here, even though, you know, we're heading into the winter season with our first frost being between the 11th and the 20th of this month. But, you know, like I said, I'm okay. I am okay with how my garden is looking, because I know come next spring, and then once I get like all of the leaves blown out, It will look very nicely. And then I had also cut back my lantanas really hard because of the damage, and I already see new growth on them. You know, even this one here, I really cut back. And look at that, already got new growth on it. You know, that's the one thing about Mother Nature. While we may think she's messing up our game, she knows what she's doing. And then I do love this. This is my little limelight. While the flowers are dying back, doing what they need to do, just the colors of the combination of the yellow and the green that is still bleeding through. You know, like I said, this is going to be good for next year. But yeah, just really got all of the cannas out that was in bad shape, you know. So, and then this is the other thing I think I had shown you guys, was my Confederate. Even though, let me move a little closer, it seems like some of the buds that look like they were frostbitten are trying to push their way through. So I might still end up having some flowers come through here. So all is not lost. And then look at all this new growth on the roses, you know. So like I said, Mother Nature and the plants that depend upon her are resilient. All right, guys. Thank you for taking this walk with me. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. Like I said, Mother Nature's going to do what it's supposed to do. And I am like really excited about what next season holds for my garden. So while I had a brief moment of panic, at the end of the day, everything is going to work out beautifully. So once again, thank you for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and you have yourself a wonderful day.